it's time to get started on the Dragoon setup. So last video I did the Samurai setup, which means I now have my roll actions already placed, right? So let's put those down. On the double, we got our Second Wind and Bloodbath. True North. Double means pressing twice. We've also got Feint into our party mitigation slot, and Arm's Length into our anti-knockback slot. Limit Break also on the double right here. And Leg Sweep is right here. While Sprint, as always, is my macro 99. Macro 99. So, with those out of the way, which they are, let's do the GCDs. This is a melee, which means that we're going to have positionals. And so I separated the combo. Right, we start on True Trust, and then we can split up into either Vorpal or Disembowel. And Chaos is rear, so this is kind of the rear section because Wheeling Thrust is also rear, and Fang and Claw is flank. And as we determined last time, the rear side is right here, and the flank side is right here. So let's place the combo down. So True Thrust. So first combo. But True Thrust goes into Disembowel. I'll put it in the same place as the equivalent combo on the other side. And here's Chaos Thrust. Likewise, we're going to put Fang and Claw. Obviously, we only have one spot left, so that's very easy. And Wheeling Thrust will go in the same place on the other side, because they perform similar actions-ish. So that leaves only our AoEs and our far-away mobility. So since our regular mobility slot is taken, we will use the backup slot on the Expanded, which is left and right together, which is my set 2. It goes right here. Likewise, our AoEs will also be on the Expanded, and so we've got our Doom Spike, which goes into Sonic Thrust, which goes into Curse and Torment. Dragoon is actually very easy to set up. And that takes care of all the GCDs. Yay! So what about our oGCDs? Right? I've separated them into our jumps, including our jump back. High jump, because it goes there but it comes back, was not included in that list. This is the things that do damage, and possibly other things. And of course our buffs for other forms of... Actually, I think they're all buffs. Yeah, they are. So let's handle a few of the buffs first. Our party buff, Battle Litany, will of course go into the party buff slot. And our exact self buff, right? This is about as self buffy as you can get. Will go right here. Blood of the Dragon is sort of a stance because you can keep it going through your rotation. And so, technically speaking, in an ideal world, you would only use it before the battle and then never have to use it during battle. So, in a way, it's a stance. I know sometimes things fall out because of mostly, transitions that are very long. But for the most part, it's sort of a stance. So, I'm going to, for the time being, place it here. There's a reason I say for the time being, though. Then we've got Life Surge and Dragon Side. They're both buffs in their own way, but Dragon Side can also increase a target party member, and so even though this is for certain jobs a party mitigation, in this case will be a party buff. Then we need to have our resource. In the case of Dragoon, the Mirage Dive is kind of a resource because it's what activates this part of your bars. So even though it does damage, it is a resource in its own way. Let's do the jump back, because that would be easy. Our jump back, elusive jump, is right here, as it should be. But what about our jump forward? Right? We have 3 of them. And while other jobs, their jump forwards are kind of considered like extra damage, in the case of Dragoon, it's very much a part of their rotation. So it's a little bit weird. But based on the cooldowns, and Starve Diver, of course, even though it says 30 seconds, you have to go through a good amount of rotation before you use it, so it's actually a longer cooldown, technically speaking, than even Dragonfire Dive. We can sort of say that Spineshatter Dive is our jump up. Sort of. You might be thinking I'm going to put Life Surge next to it, but I won't for the time being. So, high jump. I'm going to place it here. And this is because after looking at the Dragoon rotation, which I do keep in mind every once in a while, even though the point is not necessarily to optimize rotations, I do still keep them in mind to make sure things flow smoothly. It does seem like in the common opener, it is used after Chaos Thrust, and so it kind of makes sense to have it there. But I also like the idea of having it on the other side, because there are times when it will be on the other side when it's not the opener. So here's what I prepared. Some extras. So high jump is on both of them. But we also have our AoE section to keep mind of. And so since high jump will not be visible because it's not on the double, it ideally should also go on the AoE section if you want to use it while you are AoEing. So Spineshatter Dive is already up here, so why do I have it doubled? Well, because, once again, looking at the rotation, and because Dragoon actually doesn't have many actions, we have plenty of space to do doubling if it allows for certain parts of rotations to be smoother. And it does seem that within the opener, it's often used after wheeling thrust, depending on which version of the opener you're using. So I'm also going to place it here because I've got the space. Simple as that. Likewise, Geirskogul will go here for a similar reason, just looking at the openers that are available. And we're going to repeat it because what if you want to use it while you're AoEing, especially since it actually does have an AoE effect to all enemies in a straight line before you. It just makes sense. And we have one spot left for our AoE section, and so I'm going to put Dragonfire Dive here, but that means that if we want to use Star Diver, we need to see it, and so that's why Star Diver goes there. And because our Dragonfire Dive is here, we're going to repeat it in the single target section because it is part of the rotation since it does a good amount of damage here as well. So that means Life Surge, which will not be visible if you're AoEing if you were to put it in the primary bar, has to go in the double. I typically don't do that because I normally save such things for what I consider emergency sections, but it does fit there, and kind of get used to it after a while. So regarding Blood of the Dragon, I put it here, but we do have, as you can see, 3 extra slots. So if you wanted, either through repeating or moving, because it really doesn't matter, this would be another good spot for it to be. If you see anything else, you still have 2 extra spots for you to make any other adjustments you may want to have. And that's Dragoon. So it's time for our summary. We've got True Thrust, Vorpal Thrust, Full Thrust, Fang and Claw, Dragonfire Dive, Geirskogul, High Jump, Leg Sweep on the primary on the right side. On the left side, we've got Disembowel, Chaos Thrust, Wheeling Thrust, High Jump, Spineshatter Dive as a rotation helper, and Blood of the Dragon as an optional section. On the Expanded, which you would repeat on the other side as well if you have both of these separate in your configuration, you would have Doom Spike, Sonic Thrust, Curse and Torment, Piercing Talon, Dragonfire Dive, Geirskogul, High Jump, and Elusive Jump. And on our double, on the right side, we've got Spineshatter Dive as a forward jump, Battle Litany, Marriage Dive, Star Diver, Dragon Sight, Feint, Arm's Length, Lance Charge, and on the left, but still on the double, we've got Life Surge, Bloodbath, Second Wind, True North, Limit Break, and Blood of the Dragon as well. And that is it. And we'll see you all for the next one, which would be Ninja! Yeah! Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought, and bye bye!